A few days ago, I visited my grandma. Now, I definitely don't visit my grandma as often as I should, but I had family matters to go by, so I went to her and we had some afternoon tea. My grandma lives together with her boyfriend. They moved in together 1 month after my grandpa died, and you can make of that whatever you want to, but ever since they moved in together, they're happy driving around Germany having a grand old time. She's old, it's her choice, it's her life, and she can do whatever she wants. Nonetheless, her boyfriend definitely has put a toll on our family and on the whole relationship with her and the family. I visit my family about every other month, which is already not that much, but I live a little bit far away. I have a 50-hour work job and I do streaming and YouTube on the side, which always takes up a lot of my free time as well. I recently bought a house, we have to work on that, and I don't always get the time. And I 100% don't call my grandma enough either, which is a completely different topic. But this one time I just visited her was already enough for me for the rest of the entire year to go back there. I went out to her for afternoon tea with her and obviously her boyfriend. He's an old man, he's very racist, and he can't really move anymore. He doesn't like me because I don't shut up. I tell him what I think, same as my sister. And again, he's not ready to hear that. And besides the fact that he is very, very racist, making very bad remarks towards people of color and people with other ethnicities in general, talking about literally any stereotype that he could think of, he's also very misogynistic. He once asked me when I was working as a bartender if it's still normal to get a little smack on my butt from customers instead of a tip. That was a genuine question. And when I told him that this question is more than just a little offensive, he didn't seem to see anything wrong with it. But that's already a little longer ago, and that's completely beside the point. But I think you kind of understand why I don't like visiting that much. But this time, it was a little different. We actually had a nice conversation going. I recently got my hair dyed. It was like a few days after my hair was freshly dyed, so for those of you who have seen my older hair, it wasn't washed out and it's very, very bright pink and shiny. I like it. I think it looks amazing, but my grandma, being a little bit old school, obviously is not a big fan of the hair, which is fine. You don't have to like it. I have to like it. She made a few of her snarky remarks about how I look and everything that's important. Then she tells me that she recently had a phone conversation with my mom, where my mom told her that I'm actually making some money on the side online. Now, my grandma asked me what I was doing online because she was interested. And I told her that I'm doing things in front of a camera, like playing games and telling stories and stuff. And her boyfriend has a computer. He doesn't really know how to use it that good, but he has a computer. And his first assumption was that I must be performing some certain acts online on camera to earn money with that. Because in his mind, that's the only way you can actually earn money online as a woman. I try to explain that that's not what I'm doing. And even if I would be doing something like this, it would be none of his freaking business. I tried to explain to her a little bit what I'm doing, showing her some clips from my Twitch and from my YouTube. I don't really know if she understood the concept of the whole thing, but that's not the point. I was honestly quite delighted that she was actually interested in some things that I do, because usually she really isn't. She doesn't really talk a lot anymore. Usually her boyfriend talks about his life, about his problems, about a son who he lost in a car crash when his son was just 21, which is a horrible and tragic accident. When she asked me about the YouTube videos a little bit more, she asked me what exactly I'm working on. And I tried to explain it as good as I could. And I kind of went down the road of, well, I'm talking a lot about like feminism and stuff like that, because there was the time where I recently made the videos about Roe v. Wade. And his first response, well, so you're a revolucer, aren't you? Which, usually it could be kind of an insult. And I'm 100% sure he meant it as an insult. But getting that comment from an over 80-year-old white racist to think that I am selling naked pictures on the internet, I'll take that as a compliment every day. The rest of the evening went fine. We had some delightful discussions about things that I'm doing or not doing online, how my work is going, how the house is getting along, and how I'm getting along with my roommate. She asked the usual question of when I'm going to get married, going to have kids, and finally start building a family, because I'm getting very close to my 30s and the time is ticking so much that I should really, really start thinking about things like this. And her boyfriend giving the usual discussion of him not feeling well, having a hard time, and everything sucks. That was the evening. My sister picked me up because we had something planned afterwards. We were sitting in the car driving. I was talking to her about the evening and how annoying it was, like nearly every time. Now, my grandma gossips a lot, and she tried to talk my sister down while she wasn't there because my sister is currently buying a house together with her boyfriend. I told her that I'm not open to discuss any of these topics if she's trying to mark her down like that. And she said, "Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. Like the bullying teenage girl in every bad 90s teen movie that you've probably ever seen." It's her thing. She always does that. But that was the end of it, right? No. 2 days later, I get a call from my mom telling me that her mom called her. She told her about the evening I was there, that I was disrespectful towards her because I told her that I don't want to talk about my sister. And what really, really dropped the bomb was that she told my mom that I was dressed like a slut and that her boyfriend couldn't stop looking at me because of the way I was dressed, and that was highly inappropriate, and that she wants me to wear something more covering next time. She said to my mom that my mom obviously didn't raise me right because she definitely didn't tell her to raise a slut. Now here's the thing. The top I was wearing while I had my afternoon tea with them is the one I'm wearing right now. And you know who bought it for me? My mom did.